Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our session. This is our group discussion for interpersonal and communication skills. And maybe perhaps someone can just tell us why are we here, Shankari? Why are we here, Shankari?
Oh, uh, we are here to just talk about the digital overload. Sorry, let me see. We are talking about the navigating digital overload, and then we'll talk about the effective strategy of managing technology in workplace. So this is a group discussions that we will share our knowledge and our idea about this topic.
Thank you so much, Shangri. My name is Tana, and we are Group 6. That was just Shangri. Shangri, you might want to introduce yourself and tell us what you do. We'll just start off with a discussion. Just to introduce yourself very briefly, tell us what do you do and maybe one interesting fact about yourself. And we will do the same for everyone else. Okay, over to you, Shangri.
Yeah, thank you, Dana. I'm Shankari. So basically, I'm from Port Klang. So I work in a UBS manufacturing company, which they do uninterrupted power supply, basically for oil and gas companies. So I'm under the order management team. So I handle all these international orders from worldwide. I handle worldwide orders. So for now, I'm placed to handle Middle East and Africa orders. So it's quite a busy working in that company for at least 7 years. I've been there for 7 years. So interesting fact about me is that really I don't. I'm an introvert. I don't really talk much, but this platform it will make me learn how to talk. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shangri. That was quite an interesting introduction. You shall pass the torch to the other gentleman in the room, Prabhu Gunasekaran. Over to you, Prabhu. Please introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, Shankri. Hi, Tana and the team. Thank you. Okay, my name is Prabhu. I'm in construction background, which is working around for 10 years plus. So currently is I'm doing on ID background, which is related to renovation works. So most of our project is based on KL area. We are doing mostly is commercial buildings. We're not touching any like residential area. We mostly is focus on commercial types lah. And then quite good because my company is mostly they are like how to say slightly different from Malaysia styles lah, because my company they have their own strategy, which is they implement their own rules based on like they mostly follow Dubai standards, which is not related to Malaysia. So based on the communication skill and the practice, everything is quite different compared to Malaysia's law. So which is quite tough, and day by day learning something. That's all I think, I guess. Thank you.
Yes, one interesting thing about yourself before we talk about your ID thing, because I have something to say. Yeah, one interesting fact about yourself.
About ID. What you want to know about ID?
Oh, okay, like for example, on an ID question, maybe do you do clinics as well for ID?
So far no. My company is mostly is focused on commercial only, because our client is mostly is like Google's, Citibanks, all the banks, something like that. Clinic so far and hospital never. No experience.
Okay, sorry, don't mean to interrupt, but because my clinic needs to be renovated, that's why.
Oh,
And yes, that's why I was asking. Sorry, it's
they
being so
normally they will
random.
see the
Thank
sum of
you.
the project budget lah, Tana. Usually they will see the project budget, because if more than one
Right, right,
million,
right.
then can convince to my boss lah.
Wow, 1 million. Okay, I'll keep that in
Yeah.
mind. Okay, Shankari just went, 1 million. Okay, over to you, Eve. Please introduce yourself. By the way, kalau nak bercakap dalam bahasa Melayu pun boleh. We are in Malaysia, so kita gunakan bahasa dalam perbincangan sini ya. But primarily we'll do it in English because that's what we're required to do. But over to you, Eve.
I just according to my heart lor. I nak cakap apa lah. I'm the eldest actually okay, good evening everyone Tana, Prabu, Sankari, Dashini. Finally I see your face, so beautiful. I'm Eve. I'm from Penang, and now I'm working in the Germany company. So we are my one is the metal fabrication factory. I'm the factory managers or production managers. So we are like the heavy industry lah. We have the big tube, then we laser cut it, and the plate also we laser cut it to different shape. Then we'll do the welding, CNC, and bending, all this type of the heavy metal job lah. So I have I'm the only woman lady in the company. So we all together we only have 74 people. So you can see I'm the extrovert. Cannot talk also, I will talk one. So I'm the extrovert. So my strength is I'm very good in motivating people. So my strength I know lah. So and I have 73 men under me. So they all are like engineers, and they are excellent lah, because I'm only the generalist, and then they all are the specialists. So this I learned from our class. So that's all lah. Nothing. I'm 56 years old.
Wow, you don't look your age, Eve. In fact, so are we safe to say you're the rose among the 73 tons in the office?
No lah, they all treat me like I'm their mom lah. You know, I old already ma. So I say, hey, I elder than your mommy you must respect me
No problem. Thank you so much for that colorful introduction. Over to you, Dashini. Please introduce yourself.
Hi guys, good evening. My name is Dashni. I have been working since I was 20, I would say. Started in a bank, started as an agent. I supported the bank for 12 years and then moved over to automotive, and then now currently with the BPO company, leading a team of 20 people. Quality team. I'm actually throughout I have been managing contact centers. So now I am also in a contact center looking after the customer experience team. Yeah, that's just a little bit about me.
Okay, one fun fact about you. Do you have anything to share?
Fun fact, I love dogs. I can basically operate with minimal sleep, I would say. I can even go with 2 hours of sleep per day. Yeah. I don't know if it's fun, but yeah, that's something unique about me.
Yes, indeed.
Means
it's
you
unique,
don't need
but
to
it's
sleep
also... Yes, you need to sleep, yeah. Guys, how many hours do you sleep across the board? I hope you're all getting enough sleep. I know we are all very busy and we are studying as students, but yeah, I do hope you have at least 7 hours of sleep every day, yeah? Don't you agree?
Trying.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, thank you, Dashini. Our all the best to you as well. And last, let me introduce myself. My name is Tana. I don't need any quick introductions. As you know, I'm always the one who talks a lot. My background is in not-for-profit. I work as a manager in a clinic. The areas of intervention is not to manage the clinic in terms of business development, communications, and impact management. Like you, I also enjoy dogs. Dashini, I have my poodle, but my big interest is has always been dance and the arts. So I'm a classically trained dancer. Okay, so I think we've done. We meant to be brief, but we just went on. It was so much fun. Let's begin with our discussion here. And what is the discussion here, Prabhu? Could you just let us know?
The discussion here, we going to introduction, right? We actually segregate already. So first thing we will
Yes.
cover about introduction about navigating digital overload in the I mean like strategy at the managing workplace. I mean in the current situation right now.
Correct, correct. So basically, the topic of discussion that we've named it based on on our assignment is navigating digital overload, effective strategies for managing technology in the workplace. We're trying to set the stage here. The goal here as a team, guys, is to collaboratively explore the challenges of digital overload in the workplace. Now, Eve, can you explain to us what is digital overload, or anybody? It's a discussion, guys, so y'all can masuk and just share your input, everyone. Because it's not more of an interview, it should be a discussion. So let's discuss. What is digital overload to you?
For me, digital overload is like I cannot focus my work. Like suddenly some WhatsApp coming in, and then they expected me to like respond immediately. So they no set the time, means some of the group they need our response is immediately. So the email, a lot of email need to read and answers. And then also some also got a lot of platform like Teams, like you all know the planner or not? Planner also got one. So a lot of platform we need to answer. Then the suddenly pop out the text say what. So we cannot focus we cannot like work deeply to focus our job. And then I very angry with they expected to immediate respond that one. Because when they say I want you to immediate respond, but they don't have time, like every time let's say every morning somebody don't say who he will send this message, you need to read, but different time on 8 o'clock also, sometimes 9 o'clock also, then 10 o'clock, then we don't know when he will send. Then he expected, why you no put a thumb for me? Wow, I so angry. You need to set your time now. If you every day I know you 8 o'clock will send, then I will 8:30 I will send a thumb. But you're different time, so it means like disturb our job, like our priority lah. I need to prioritize my job. Only I can do many things in one day. So this one, after this discussion, I will go and bombard him. Mr. Him.
It's not bombard lah, but anyway, basically it's the pressure of being constantly bombarded with information, the pressure. Do you guys have that same thing, Dashini, Shankari, Prabhu? Please share.
Yeah, can I share my experience based on what I
go ahead.
faced? So it's not this current company, my previous company lah. So I was doing structure background side. So similar to YY scenario, what happened is my boss, he will anytime. He will text at the midnight, sometime after office hour, after working hour. So at the same time, he expect all of us lah, who's work under him need immediately respond to him. So you can't like excuse yourself saying that boss, I was with my family, I have my family time. There's no excuses. Tomorrow morning, if we fail to reply him, let's say tonight he texted me asking something, so we fail to reply him on the spot. Tomorrow morning, finish. We need to face to him, like how to say, face to face lah. He will call us, then he will ask us, are you got problem with me or not? Why are you showing your attitude, but not replying the message, something like this lah, which is I used to face this.
Right. So that's Eve is constant notifications required. Prabhu says the pressure to be constantly available. What about you, Shankari? How are you dealing with this as well? I'm sure you have your story to share, but when it comes to digital and working at your workplace, how do you face this, and what kind of problems do you face? Do you face anything like multitasking demands? Do you have that, Shangri?
Yes, Dana. From my side, actually, I support the Middle East and Africa region. So mostly their working hours, the time zone is different. Since I have to follow the Malaysian law, but I support them. So there's a different time zone. Okay, I work here 9 to 6, but I receive the emails and other notification from them after 6 when I'm back. So they will directly call me, or my big boss is in Abu Dhabi. He will directly text me for any big orders. So when I come back home, I still have to open my laptop and chat to them and talk to them about it. What is the thing? So sometimes they will ask me something. At the beginning when I started, it was really stressful because I have an Outlook notification in my phone and I did not put it in silent. So it actually take a toll on my health, because I was constantly have to support the Saudi Arabia team where they work on Sundays. So they will send an email to me on Sunday, so I have to check for them the orders and some sort of things. And then at one point I really stop it. I say I can't, because I cannot be working 7 days and working around the clock. Even in the morning itself, when I wake up, I will check my phone email, which I think is a very bad idea. Even at night before I sleep, I still open my email in my phone and check. That is one issue. Another thing is that when I start, because the products is from Malaysia plant, okay, so when I go to the office, the production start at 7 in the morning. When I go to the office at 7 o'clock, I will receive a text from the warehouse coordinator. Okay, can you tell this part is not around? Can you inform the customer? So it's like 24 hours, like I'm just going around and working with them. The morning I receive the information from Malaysia, evening I have to give the information to the Abu Dhabi team or the Saudi team or the Africa team. So
Wow.
it is, that is really, I think. And another thing is that I have a colleague, sometimes they send an email to me, please check on this. And then they teams me, I send you an email, please check and respond now. But I have like another 3 outlooks to book an order, to invoice an order, to check with the warehouse, and still they bombard me with this email. And then, can I call you? Can I call you? Can I give me this? Give me this. So I'm just like too much of stress. Yeah. So I think they need to stop this. And even more, they have a WhatsApp group. Each department will have a WhatsApp group. They will send the things in that group. At the same time, they will send an email for that. You have to reply in the group. You have to reply the email. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
this is really crazy.
Overload, are you? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Guys, don't you agree? I mean, I saw Dashini giggle away. I don't think she's giggling at you, but I think she's got something to share as well in that regard. Dashini, over to you. Tell us. Share with us your experience.
I think my experience is similar to Shankari's as well. My client is based in Finland, and our partners are all based in Spain and Barcelona. So can you imagine the time difference? And then the channels they have, multiple channels. There's Slack, there's WhatsApp, there's Outlook, there's GChat. Everywhere you receive mails, everywhere there's someone talking. To follow up and to look at the threads itself will actually take up so much of my time. Even once I'm back, we have night calls. We have calibrations that takes place at night, which I still have to participate. And then 8 o'clock get to work. Yeah, so it's pretty similar to what she said. So that's why I was giggling, because it's the same experience.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you guys as well. Yeah, Shankari?
Basically, I think it's the overuse of technology, if you ask me, because there's totally redundant communication. They can only use one channel, which is more effective. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
One window.
Sorry, Eve.
Sorry.
You were saying Eve?
No, say.
Go ahead.
No, I just say they just need to use one window.
Yeah, agree.
To reach out.
Correct,
Karena
correct.
sorry, at
Prabhu,
the
in your
same
work
time, yeah,
experience,
at the same
yeah,
time
sorry,
they
go
know
continue.
those clients, they know they can reachable us. I mean, anytime they can find us.
And that
That's
also
right, that's
depends
right.
on if it's a very like understanding customers or our counterpart in other country. Sometimes I'm at home, they send me a message. I say I'm offline. I'll call you tomorrow. Send me an email. They're okay. If let's say it's a customer, which is a very demanding customer, they might escalate the issue to the boss. Yeah.
Yeah, correct, correct. But you
Mm.
know, how much impact does it? I mean, for me, of course they say customer is always right, but in your
Mm.
situation, but we can't actually use that all the time. But my question here, and I'm actually thinking about it in reflection, what you just say, this digital overloads and examples that we've given gives a great impact on our on communication, especially in the workplace, right?
Mm.
Can any one of you, or maybe just thinking, I'm thinking out loud here, can we explain how digital overloads hinders communication at the workplace? Does anybody have their thoughts around that? How such a thing that is happening, does it stop you or bothers you or yeah, prevents you from being productive in the office? Does everybody have that thought, or anyone want to give their opinion?
Like we
Anyone?
cannot focus our job, the real job we need to do. Like Sankari, maybe Dashini, they need to tracking and freeze all the situation. For me, I'm the planner for 30 over years. Just these 2 years, I become the factory manager. So I'm the supply chain manager. That's why I want to freeze the things once a week only. I freeze everything. I know everything, and then from that thing we know where to settle. More than that thing is another week's things already. So then I need them to give me the meeting, each department one meeting. So we will reduce our job workload lor. If not, everybody just coming, because they know we entertain them,
Yes.
They know we are very good. So they just coming, then die already. We also don't know, because you need to freeze the situation. If the things cannot, one thing cannot, maybe many things also cannot. So you just answer this, all this cannot delay already. So means we for planner sometimes cannot sleep, My planner, I
Agreed,
3 o'clock
agreed.
cannot sleep.
Wow, you're sleep deprived. For me, in my sense, like basically, for what in reflection of what you just said, such situations basically hinders us from being effective or productive at the office. When I'm talking about that, what I'm referring to is, you can see from the screen. I've given some examples here. Such examples hinders us from being effective. My personal reflection is this: is I used to be a jack of all trades. I'm Mr. Multitask. I can do everything at the same time. It came to a stage where, after seriously long amount of time, being sleep deprived, being focused on the job, being such a workaholic, I used all of the best digital intervention in place. At the end of the day, I became a master of none. In other words, active listening was decreased. I was having so much difficulty having a focused and in-depth conversation, because when in our line of work, all of us, I'm sure you would agree, there are times we really need to have that focus, right? So these things hinders communicating effectively in the workplace, hence the digital overload. What are your thoughts around these, guys? Anyone wants to give
I
their thoughts?
definitely agree, because due to the overload, sometimes you overlook certain emails that you're supposed to respond, even approving leaves, for example. You can just overlook things like that. Something so minor that you're supposed to handle, but you overlook because of the amount of things that you have. So yeah, I totally agree. Definitely hinders communication, whether it's
Okay.
within your employees or whether it's with the clients. I think it is something that is stressful.
Exactly. And you notice I just did that while before you could even finish your conversation, I just jumped in and tried to end it. You see, it became a habit without even realizing, kan? Don't you see? Because we all want to be rushing to get the thing done, right? So I cannot emphasize enough how important this discussion is. Now on that discussion, let's go to the next. We've addressed what is. We set the stage, we basically defined it, we gave examples. Now shall we just go to talk about strategies for managing such technologies? Maybe any one of you have their individual experience they want to share, just to set it, and then we can actually go across the board for everybody. So I'll pass the floor. How do you manage technologies? Do you have any strategies, or do you use any time management techniques that you think could address this digital overload? Prabhu?
For me, I will say like setting clear boundaries. So it's like specific time when they have to check the emails, when they have to reply the messages, to avoid interruptions lah, I can say. And then so I can say like like implement like face-to-face communication, encouraging meetings, something like that, or phone calls to avoid delays on the information like discussion, all that.
Okay, so on that note of what you just said, Dashini, maybe you'd like to basically talk about setting boundaries. How do you respect your colleagues' time and your time to make sure the two of you all cross paths and ensure you really get this focused discussion in place? So how do you set the boundaries?
When it comes to boundaries, it's not just for my colleagues. I would say even for me. Every day I ensure I book my calendar thoroughly. That means my first 15 minutes I'll book it for me to, basically set up my PC. I will make sure my calendar is full. That means my one-to-ones will be scheduled, my break time will be scheduled. I make sure everything is updated in my calendar so that I don't miss out anything. So that's
Wow.
my practice. Yeah, because otherwise if my calendar is free, the minute my calendar is free, someone will book it. So I want to make sure I actually utilize my time wisely. So I plot it. I plot everything basically. And it
So is
works.
there a
It
specific
makes
technique
me...
that you do? Sorry, didn't mean
Sorry.
to interrupt there. Go ahead.
Yeah, it works for me because when my calendar is there for me to see what I need to do, so it's a planner for me basically. So it tells me what I'm looking forward for the next day, what are the meetings I have, what I can cancel and fit in. That's the only way I'm actually surviving here. Otherwise, I realize that it builds up the stress. So I really have to ensure I get the time for myself as well. So sometimes I just plot 2 hours for myself, because I just don't want to do anything at that hour, that I plot it and I take that time for my learning and whatever that I need to complete actually.
Right. And is there an app that you use or what? Because I'm curious. Because what I
And
use is I use my phone alarm. Our
yeah, I
phone has
mean,
got the alarm, right? I use it. So but the thing about that is it's so mafan. I mean, sorry, excuse me, but it's so cumbersome that you have to plan everything. But I kind of got used to it because I'm a bit of a morning person. So I make sure my 7 hours of sleep, I wake up at 5 o'clock and I'll set my goals there and then I go to work at 7. Anyone has any techniques that they want to share that they have, or something that they want to discuss? Anyone? Prabhu, how do you set your times, or anyone? Prabhu, go ahead.
Usually I is okay, since I is based on construction background. Usually I don't set times or I don't set anything into my calendar. because my task and my project, the project manager giving to me task will be every day will changing, or might be sometime every hours we might be changing. So I need to make sure myself is clear and ready to catch whatever the task is up to date. So basically, my own practice is what I do is I take my phone, I open up notes, I just jot down whatever the task is up to date, like for tomorrow's what I have to do, everything I will jot down. So once I done, I will strike board, something like that, which is ideal lah.
Right. Right. So we just discussed, the strategies for managing technologies, and everything that we've said is on an individual basis. Shangri, maybe you'd like to share something, because from how I understand from your workplace, just like Dashini, you sound like a multinational. You deal with a lot of individuals from various backgrounds and various levels. So from a team level, how do you manage this, to ensure effective communication in the first place, especially when it involves what we're discussing right now? Maybe you want to explore that a bit?
From a team level means...
Team level meaning, we all are managing our own time, right? But in order for our time to work, we must also make sure to know their time. So how do you ensure that this, do you have a strategy? Well, actually, not know how, but it's more like, do you have a strategy in place that you and your colleagues are all aligned together to ensure that you're all on the same page in terms of time and everything? Is there some sort of application, or do you use a system? Anything. If you don't, it doesn't matter, but maybe you want to explore that a bit.
I don't have a strategy, but I'm still a bit old school. I use a to-do list, which I think is much better. One thing.
Right.
Second thing is that I prioritize what my leaders want, my managers, okay, either report or whatever. So very easily, I just put do not disturb in Teams. So there's no notification calls or meeting, because do not disturb, you cannot call me, or anyone cannot call me. But I will make sure I reply the call later after I finish my work, which is more important. So see, that way actually works for me. And then I also tell my teammates, which is in different counterpart, if they connect me after 6, because in our Outlook or Teams we have our time there, it shows our time and also their working time. So I will just inform them, okay, I'm offline, you wait till tomorrow. That's it.
Wow.
I said a very straight thing. I don't want to
I think that's a very...
Yeah, it actually takes it takes a lot on my health. When I started, it gave me too much of stress when I start to entertain them after my working hours.
Correct.
So you have any problem?
And you're setting that boundary as well, right? You're setting that boundary. So sorry, you continue. You were saying.
Yeah, it's okay.
I need to hit myself for being so abrupt. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I communicate with them well, but I just tell that, okay, I will make sure I will reply to them. That's the commitment I give. I will reply to any missed message or missed email, whatever, but not at any time they want. It's it's at 6 o'clock, or otherwise, if they think it's important, then the management have to consider my working time. They have to change it to their time. Yeah, that's
right. I think that's very, very mature, and it's very civil and very respectful for your time and also your colleagues' time as well. But sometimes we also fail to acknowledge the fact that, as much as we're trying to work and all, but we need to communicate that effectively. One of it, pretty sure, Eve, I remember you said you have 73 tons that you take care, right? So how do you make sure you effectively communicate with 73 men? Men, all men, is it? No woman at all. So you're the only woman.
No woman. Hiyo.
Wow. So
toilet also, I need to go to my main office to go to the for the lady toilet. Ayo.
Iron lady.
Wow, that's not how inconvenient.
Inconvenient. Okay, never mind. I fully agree. Actually, I fully agree with Dashini and Sankari. They are saying I also try now. Every day I plot into the calendar. Then people will respect you. Oh, she's not free here. Then it's a very good. Then every day I will use like my half an hour. My job now is more release. Not like their supply chain job or planning job is a very stressful. My job is more on communication. So for my people 73, they will have different group just in the WhatsApp only, because they don't have computer just WhatsApp So anything happen like the lead, I put lead factory lead, then lead, they will inform in the group. So what happened, accident happened or what So for the like our Nepali also have group. So different group I also inside the group. So I can see when I'm free, I can see if urgent thing they will call me. Very urgent, they will come to see me, because in this area only, the factory area. For intra department like other department things, I will every morning I will, now I very relaxed, just 2 time for me to read the email. Early morning after my patrolling, then I will read the email first. Then and after lunch I will read the email. Then all the other email don't need to read until tomorrow morning and read. So a lot of meeting. So means that our company is respect respect people time. They will see, hey, you free or not? Can I meet you? They will booking like tomorrow or what. So we are more relaxed compare with the Dashini. This is my last time My last time when I take care of 3 factory for the supply chain manager planning. Wow, it's 3 o'clock. Don't need to sleep until 3 a.m. reading the email like anything happen delivery cannot do quality problem a lot of channel. So I appreciate my time now. I have communication time, only talk face to face talking, like encourage people is better than the like what we say is the using the technology face to face is better, isn't it?
Right. I see. I agree. Somehow agree, but it depends on the landscape also. So that brings us to the next point. Let's face it. We are, in fact, right now we are all using, a online conversation here. As a group, would have been nicer if we met as a group and we briefly discuss in person. Now we are talking about digital overload. So on that note, we're using technology right now to address it. So how can technology enhance communication and on that basis of leveraging this technology? Meaning to say, just now we talked about our personal management of time to ensure that we communicate to everybody, setting our boundaries, and also how we communicate to our colleagues, how we set our times, right? Now I'm talking about in a group setting, especially in a brainstorming session. How do you use this technology to enhance your communication and collaboration? I think this is where Dashini would come in place, because I'm pretty sure you're using some sort of project management tool. I know all of us will have that. Maybe you want to share your experience there, Dashini?
Yeah, sure. In terms of how we communicate, like instead of WhatsApp, because globally we need to communicate, right? The channel that we use is Slack. So we practice the same channel for internal employees as well. So we create group. It looks exactly like WhatsApp. So it makes it easier. And I'm actually working in a gaming industry. So game updates comes in on Slack as well. So it's quite easy in terms of using one channel instead of having all. So we try to build that Slack platform. And then when it comes to our updates and all, we use a platform called Miro, which is also easier for us. Instead of looking at Google Chat and then, receiving emails, we have it like a dashboard where we can actually see real-time updates. So these are some of the channels that we apply there. So that's a little bit.
Wow. That sounds very interesting. I've never used Slack. Has anybody used Slack here? Prabhu, Shangri, have you used Slack?
No.
Have you used it? No, huh?
No,
Yeah. Eve, how about you? Sounds interesting, right?
Mm. We use
I'm
like planner. We use the planner like also real time. Also, you can send email. Also, all the cases you can see the category. This one is for our QC meeting. So they will put everything inside. Then you can see the anytime. Also, you can update. Then everybody also can real time can see the situation lah. Mm. It's
Yeah.
actually very
Prabhu,
good
you
lah.
were saying something? Prabhu, you
no.
were saying?
I wanted to say even right now this platform also is new for me.
Yeah, I agree. For me as well.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun to use, isn't it? It's very interactive and
Yep.
it just eases the way through and then it helps you visualize and personalize it. Okay, so I guess we've come to wow, it's already 40 minutes. Wow, can you imagine? Time flies so quick, yeah? So let's just summarize our discussion here in terms of the topic as well. Do you have anything to conclude? I mean, do you have something to say or in conclusion of our discussion here, how do you think is the best way moving forward in in our discussion? It doesn't have to be a solution, but maybe you can give your thought process, or maybe there's something you want to do or you want to suggest. Go ahead. The floor is yours, guys. For me, I would say, okay, I'm definitely going to use what Dashini is using, that Slack. So that would be good. I would definitely be using the personal thing that Eve does, but not a lot because most of my colleagues are all over the place, like Dashini, like Shankari, Prabhu. Your techniques applied for your line of work is concurrent. You have to be always on the run. So anything you want to say in conclusion before we end this discussion?
For me, if I would, for me, it's like even this platform also is new, like what I say just now. So why I say this, because I mostly is work on ground, so mostly handling on missionaries and task force, something like that. So the platform that I always use is Teams, which is I only know about Teams. So I would like to say thanks to all my Teams member for introduce to me, which is like this platform and what Dashini told us just now. Something new.
Something new indeed. Exactly. Shankari,
Yeah.
yourself?
Well, I believe that we should actually reduce using too much of technologies actually in order for us to communicate. Maybe one that's what we discussed just now. It's just like it's overload, yeah, and then it is not relevant when we talk, or we are doing the same things like one job. We communicate in 4 different platform, and then the end result is just not productive. So we should actually change that. In order to do that, we should collectively communicate well with the team member that this is going to be the way we're going to discuss, and we want to see a good productive and solid work, rather than just using the latest technology, bombarding up with all this information, and it's actually giving too much of stress, and people are not benefiting from that. They're getting stressed. They're communicating less. Even that when they write, even the proficiency of the language also lack because of the way they type it, and all these things actually comes into the picture. If we really need to look into it, how to use it perfectly. Yeah, that's my.
Agreed. I totally agree. She's basically sum everything up, guys. So basically, she's given us the example. Information overload is prevalent. Constant notification, the pressure to be constantly available, and multitasking demands are the components of the idea of what digital overload is with all of us. So yeah, and then we basically have given our thought process on on how we set boundaries on these communication channels. Each of you all have your own specific times to check emails, to set meetings. But last but not least, we concluded by saying, although technology can be a hindrance, but it's also an advantage for us. So we've actually identified how we can leverage on technology. Leveraging on technology is, utilizing project management tools, online communication platforms, or brainstorming sessions for ourselves, and also for our teams. So I guess we've come to a conclusion of our discussion. I hope you've enjoyed yourself for today, guys. And thank you for being so gung ho about trying out a new technology as well. I'm so proud of all of you. And this is Tana, Prabhu, Dashini, Shankari, and Eve YY saying goodbye and thank you. Have a good evening. Take care. See you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.